Well, hello there, folks. You may be noting that background and that music. My name is Anne. Sometimes I make mistakes, and, this is Mass Effect. Which is a game series that I very much love. Now, it does have its problems. Definitely has its problems. Batarians, to name one of them. But we'll get there. I adore this series. I really, really do. So we are going to go into extras real quick here. Options, calibration. What was that? No. Absolutely not. Good grief. Good gravy. What were you doing there, game? I sometimes wonder if I should edit out the like weird little moments like that. And then I think about it, and then I think, you know what? It's actually really funny to just leave weird little eccentricities that games have in. So we are going to be playing on veteran difficulty. I feel like that's a nice blend of, it's hard, but it's not too hard, right? It's not hardcore insanity where it just feels very grindy and kind of obnoxious, right? I don't know what else to say about this game series. I just love this game series. This is one of my comfort series. I adore this series.
To Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
And there's so much to love about this game series. This face is not one of them. We can do better than bog basic white dude with a shaved head and a little bit of stubble, right? We can also do better than the weird wild-eyed lady here. We are going to play a lady, just because that's typically how I play my characters here.
Please log in to access your profile.
Yeah, you know what? We'll call ourselves Anne. That feels very appropriate. Oh, and we get to see some bones.
Warning: data corruption.
Oh God, my bones are corrupt.
Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service.
I don't know what to do with that. Lovely. Spacer. So, both your parents were in the Alliance Navy. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. Colonist, you were born and raised on Mintuar, a small colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mintuar, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted with the military a few years later. You're an orphan raised on the streets of the great megatropolises covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. Colonist is probably the saddest. Let's be honest. And each one of these has a unique interaction. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these, but I would like to run through a colonist and probably a spacer. But
Confirm
each part...
psychological profile. Confirm
I don't know what you just
pre-service
chose
history.
there. I'm not making a decision here yet. But each one of these, right, has a different... each one of these has a different way that it functions. So let's say if I went
Confirm
colonist,
psychological profile.
soul survivor, right, that would have two separate interactions based one on soul survivor and one on colonist, right? So your backstory
Confirm
does actually show up.
pre-service history. Confirm
Spacer,
psychological
you get to call your
profile.
mom. It's pretty great, actually. I really like it.
Confirm pre-service history. Confirm
In fact, I think I
psychological
would
profile.
like that as our through line here. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell. And now you're alone. And now you alone are left to tell the tale. Sorry about that. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. Throughout your military career, you've held fast to one basic rule: get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you, but when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. So, each of these provides a little bit of a background thing that you get tied to. It also provides you with either what's called Renegade or Paragon. Not necessarily light side or dark side, right? If we're thinking in terms of Knights of the Old Republic, not necessarily light side or dark side, right? One is obviously more getting the job. Renegade is getting the job done by any means, right? Whereas Paragon is more of a you're striving to be the best of you're striving to be a shining example of what humanity can be, right? So in effect, you're basically a warrior diplomat, which is it's cool, right? Soul Survivor gives you a little bit of both, whereas War Hero skews more towards Paragon, and Ruthless obviously skews more towards Renegade. We are going to go with Soul Survivor because it has the best through line for the entire series.
Confirm military specialization.
Now, Soldier, Engineer, Adept, Infiltrator, Sentinel, Vanguard. Now, you'll note that one of these things looks like a hologram, and one of these things looks like a wizard. So, soldiers are combat specialists ideal for the front lines of a firefight. Soldiers have improved health, can specialize in the use of all weapon types, start with the ability to wear a medium armor, and can train in the use of heavy armor. Engineers are tech specialists. Using the holographic Omni tool, they can decrypt security systems, repair or modify technical equipment, disrupt enemy weapons or shields, and heal their squad. Engineers can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. Meaning that they only get any of the perks that go with pistols. Now, back in the original version of this, which I could set it to be briefly, right? All weapons basically function the same, and if you didn't have specialization in them, what that meant was you couldn't ADS with them. or you couldn't zoom in with them, basically. Which is not great, to be perfectly honest. With Legendary Edition, there are differences in the way that weapons work. So, Adepts are biotic specialists. Biotics is basically a kind... They try to justify it through an element that's kind of a through line throughout the entire game, and throughout the entire series, but it's basically just space wizardry. It's magic, alright? I've heard some people try to argue it's like, oh, it's psionics. Psionics is magic. It's all magic, right? Just because you can only move stuff with your mind doesn't make it any less magic. Adepts are biotic specialists. Through upgradable implants, they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, and disable or destroy enemies. Adepts can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. Now we get to the Infiltrator, which was my first character. I started with the Infiltrator. I have since learned better. Which is gonna sound like I'm dunking on Infiltrators. I'm not. I genuinely love the Infiltrator. The question is, why would I play the Infiltrator when there's a genuinely better option here? That is absolutely dunking on the Infiltrator, and I'm sorry. Infiltrators combine combat and tech abilities to specialize in killing or disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators are trained to use Omni tools, focusing on decryption and offensive abilities rather than healing. They can specialize in pistols or sniper rifles and wear medium armor. Now, if your first thought is, wow, that sounds kind of like an assassin, you'd be right. The Sentinel combines biotic and tech abilities, so basically this is the best of, this is sort of the in-between of the Engineer and the Adept, right? So you've got the Infiltrator, which mixes combat and tech, right? You've got the Vanguard down there, which mixes combat and biotics, and we'll get to that one real quick. So the Sentinel is basically the in-between of these two, and it's actually really, really remarkably solid. Like, none of the classes in any of the games are bad by any stretch of the imagination, right? Sentinels combine biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend allies, though they can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks. They are more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels can only wear armor and receive no specialized weapon training. And then there's the Vanguard. Vanguards are biotic warriors. They combine basically space magic and weapons to take down opponents and are especially deadly at short range. They specialize in, as you can see, pistols and shotguns and wear medium armor. And we're gonna go with a Vanguard, and you're gonna see why in the second and third game. You'll also see that I have a list of bonus talents. This is because I have completed this game before, and I have maxed out. Actually, I've completed this game a couple of times before. Several times on my 360, which no longer functions. Which does make me a little sad. But you're going to see that we have damping, electronics, decryption, first aid, assault rifles, and sniper rifles. Now, sniper rifles and biotics, sniper rifles and Vanguard actually works pretty well. Same with assault rifles and Vanguard, right? And I would argue that every class should start with assault rifle proficiency because, well, if we're going with American troops, and we kind of are going with American doctrine, and we're going with the Marines, which we kind of are, there's a whole thing of every Marine is a rifleman, which means that every Marine gets trained in the standard combat rifle, right? Now, first aid, there's obviously an argument for that. Decryption, there's obviously an argument for that. Electronics, there's obviously an argument for that. By the way, these all have special powers and secondary things that they do. But I'm going to go with electronics. And you'll kind of see my argument as I play through this game, which is electronics is just going to make me harder to deal with for enemies. Genuinely, it will. Damping, very, very, very useful. That, like, shuts down enemy powers, right? Decryption allows for hacking, right? First aid, healing, all of that, right? Assault rifles gives you a special ability to deal with assault rifles. Snipers gives you a special ability to deal with snipers. Electronics raises your shields, and it also, I believe it also gives you the overload ability, which just knocks out enemy shields and is so good. So yeah, we're gonna go with electronics.
Facial identification.
This is sort of the remastered, little dead-eyed version. I would typically, I'm debating whether or not to change this. I kind of like that, actually. Yeah. Yeah, a little less dead-eyed, you can tell. Plus, it lets me put her hair up in a bob. And I just love putting people's hair up in a bob if I can. Got some good presets in here. Some bright purple hair. Which did not used to be in the first Mass Effect game. Gray hair. Could have an older lady, right? I do kind of like the idea of someone older, right? However, we are supposed to be about 30 or 40 in this, somewhere in there. I believe 30, which seems like a bad point to be in the military, right? Especially if you're in your 40s and you're still, like, active duty fighting. That's probably not... You're probably past the point where you need to leave. Do kind of like that goth one. I actually really like this one. Yeah. It's kind of pretty. And see, there's various options here. I kind of like this one. Let me see. What can we do with your hair color? Can we make it auburn? We can make it dark purple. God, I respect the hell out of that. As the military says, like, okay, alright, you're good to go for making your hair dark purple. Let's see what options we have for hair here. We've got a fairly basic buzz cut. Got hair kind of swept behind the ears, right? So a little more curly here. Maybe a little more wavy. We've got like a fairly basic bob here. We've got a weirdly long bun here. She does not want to look. We've got just kind of loosely hanging here. Another weirdly long bob here. Another weirdly long bob here. And here. Ponytail here. Yep. Got a much more severe bob here. Another bun here. I do appreciate hair and buns for military people. Some big like early 2000s. You know, this is what was chic hair. Some some slightly more modern hair. Actually, a little patchy there. Kind of interesting. Yeah. A little overly straight. And now we start getting into fades. So that looks like a fairly standard fade. That's a fade with a line cut into it. Just the one line, huh? Ah, that's a fade with a pattern cut into it. That actually looks pretty cool. And we start getting into more natural hairstyles there, right? Start getting into braids or twists or cornrows here. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted by that. Yeah, it's a little unusual. She does look a little frazzled. Let's see. Yeah, we have thicker brows. I'm just gonna real quick move the hair there to just sort of mark where we're at in terms of brow. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's really upsetting. Oh, you just shaved them right off, huh? You didn't need those? Not at all. Gosh, I can really respect that. Alright, yeah. I can kind of work with that, right? Actually, I really like the fade here. Or, actually, almost kind of like a high and tight. Yeah. I really like that, actually. Let me see if we've got something a little bit... Nope, we don't want it weirdly pale. We want it a little... yeah, just a little bit darker, right? You can obviously do like blonde, right? You've got your various colors from gray to blonde to you know, like dyed red, right? So if you wanted to make like your I guess sci-fi Blood Rain OC, right? Now there's a game I haven't played in forever. Should dig out my original Xbox and play that at some point. I seem to remember it actually being pretty fun. A lot of jiggle physics and killing Nazis. So, you know, kind of... I'm really kind of in love with this hair. I'm not sure what it is. Like, it's so scraggly on the sides, but I really kind of love what it's doing. I really kind of love what it's doing up here. I don't know, do I want, like, super messy... Do I want super messy hair? I don't know, do I? Actually, hold on. That could be a fun look. Let's see. I'm not gonna tinker with mouth shape too much. Actually, I might tinker with mouth shape. I don't know about that. So, one of the things I've noticed about this game, and I know other people have noted about this game, is that it's kind of hard to mess up your character irrevocably in this game, but it is possible to go just a little bit outside of bounds and have your character end up looking real weird for the rest of the game, so I kind of don't want to do that. Like, I would like to be careful about that, actually. I'm just so in love with that. I don't know what it is. I seem to remember there being, like, vaguely ginger colors here. Oh, I guess this would probably be it, huh? Kept thinking this was, like, auburn. Guess not. I don't know. Yeah, sure. Alright. I think, actually, I'm pretty settled on hair here. Look, there's not a whole lot of options, alright? You gotta work with what you got. I would love it if that was on the other side, but... Oh! Like that! Yeah, exactly. Fantastic. That's actually perfect. I love that. That's amazing. Yeah. Let's go ahead and... Oh, do we want to tinker with eye shape just a little bit? Sure, why not? Hey! Look over here. Hey! Suppose that's good enough for right now. Ah, yes, we can get the Mars, like Deimos and Miner's eyes. I'm kind of fond of that, I think. Yeah. Alright, well, not too much tinkering, just a couple of tweaks here and there with shapes. Oh. Hold on, do we have anything particularly straight here? I mean, I guess we do, don't we? That's cute. Yeah, that's a cute nose. Do we not have like a prominent Roman nose? Is that not? Does that not have Roman noses fallen out of the? All right. Well, straight is probably good enough. Lord knows if I'm playing this character, they're gonna be anything but. Yeah, I think that's good enough, right? Young-ish looking. I may need to like grab her by the bones later, and just swap out her hairstyle for something. It's possible. I actually don't know. In the meantime, that will require an external editor, by the way. The only way to change your hairstyle in this game is to either complete it and move on to the next game, at which point you get an opportunity to change it, or to restart the game, or to open up an external editor, open up the save file, and then grab your hair and change it. So, yes. Mass Effect for you. Character creation options are fairly limited in this. We are going to finalize here.
Profile reconstruction complete.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Alright. Once you confirm your character is complete, you'll be unable to change any settings. There you go.
Facial identification.
Change just a little bit here. Complexion. That's That's, I think, probably a little more along the lines of what I want here. Yeah. Okay.
Profile reconstruction complete.
There are obviously a wide variety of skin tones here,
Confirm
which
facial
I'll
identification.
show off here just to make sure it's showed off, I guess. Obviously, we go to the palest here, and we start getting darker and darker and darker and darker, and a lot of them look really nice. Though, I think perhaps the hair color is somewhat clashing. That is fairly pale. That is like goth pale. Not that I am complaining. Could just make her real goth. I don't know. I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Let's accept before we get too far into the uncanny valley here. Yeah, I think that's good. Once you confirm your character is complete, you will be unable to change any settings. Yes, confirm. Please.
Identification confirmed.
So, level scaling is legendary mode. In classic mode, the original 1 to 60 level range will be used instead of the new 1 to 30 level range. XP and talent points progression remains the same, but the number of levels is doubled. So, it used to be a pain to get to level 60. Certainly doable, but it used to be a massive pain to get to level 60. We're gonna stick with legendary mode, because that is actually... I actually prefer the more modern version of this. Squad power usage, none. We like them to not use their powers, because we like to have control over that. Auto level up is off, because auto level up is generally garbage. Veteran difficulty, subtitles on, autosave on, nibble tutorials on. Yeah, sure.
Well, what about Shepard? She's a spacer, lived aboard starships most of her life.
Military service runs in the family. Both her parents were in the Navy.
She saw her whole unit die on a cruise. She could have some serious emotional scars.
She
Every
could,
soldier
yes.
has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
Yeah, I'm definitely in love with the hair, I think. In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies, enabling travel to the furthest stars. The basis for this incredible technology was a force that controlled the very fabric of space and time. They called it Mass Effect. Oh, there she is.
The Arcturus Prime relay is in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and
Hello there.
destination.
Let's separate,
Relay is
by the
hot.
way.
Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit.
Oh. There you go. That lizard man doesn't really have a butt.
Board is green. Approach run has begun.
Birdman's gotta work on some squats. You get some thigh tone up in there.
Relay in 3, 2, 1. Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment, so you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead, so that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
So, two voice actors here. In the pilot seat, Joker, voiced by Seth Green. In the co-pilot seat, yes, I know. Give me a moment. In the co-pilot seat, Kate Alenko, voiced by Raphael Sparge, who also voices Carthonasi in Knights of the Old Republic. Admiral Anderson is voiced by Keith David, who voices so many characters. In particular, of note, the two that come to mind immediately for me are the Arbiter in Halo, and as the replacement for Lance Reddick in Destiny, as Zavala now for the final shape. I'm sure there's probably some other things. Chronicles of Reddick. He's someone in I forget what his character's name is in Chronicles of Reddick. I think he's like an imam. Anyway, yeah, that is. Let's see. I agree. You're overreacting. Cut the chatter. You're about to see something here. Which is, this gives you a hint as to how dialogue works, but it does not explicitly tell you what you're going to say. Cut the chatter.
That's enough. Your soldiers act like it.
Sorry, Commander.
Exactly.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
You made him mad. Obviously, the Renegade option is he upset. Paragon option, I heard, a more neutral option. So, obviously, Commander Shepard here, Fem Shep, as the community so lovingly calls her, is voiced by Jennifer Hale, who is a fantastic voice actor, and she is in a lot of stuff. She is in X-Men 97 as Jean Grey and Madeline Pryor. That is a spoiler, and I'm sorry. She is Ash in Overwatch. She is... Oh gosh, who is she? She is Bastila Shawn in Knights of the Old Republic. She is, I believe, Naomi in Metal Gear Solid. She is in a lot of stuff. She's a really, really good voice actor. I heard.
I'm on my way.
Is it me or does the captain always sound a little pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
Now, M-Shep, Mask Shep, Bro Shep, I've heard a number of iterations on that. Is voiced by Mark Meer, who does not have quite the extensive list of voice acting that Jennifer Hale does. And as such, he does kind of get overshadowed by Jennifer Hale in this game. He is, however, a fantastic voice actor. He does run a Call of Cthulhu game, which is actually really, really good. Oh gosh, I could talk all day about Call of Cthulhu. He is Will Mackenzie in The Long Dark, alongside Astrid, who is voiced by Jennifer Hale. Lovely.
I'm telling you, I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged, right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Hello.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
I heard you arguing.
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
What do you mean?
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
Good question. Tell me about the stealth systems.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
A cover?
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Tell me about our captain.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, man. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating the shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
That does sound like something big. Tell me about the Turian Spectre.
You don't trust Nihilus.
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
Plus, he's a Spectre.
Nihilus is no ordinary Turian.
You've got that right, Commander. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
Just do your job.
Info's on a need-to-know basis, Presley. Just follow the orders you're given.
Understood, Commander.
Thank you, lovely.
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
Okay, I was just trying to double check whether or not that was holster. I don't actually remember how to holster my weapons. It's been a hot minute since I've played this this particular version. I'm much more used to the Xbox version. Lovely, Corporal Jenkins. I'm sure. He'll do all right. And Dr. Chakwas, whose name can be rearranged into Dr. Hacksaw. Let's talk to both of you.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
So, are thigh highs standard, or were you just allowed to be the, were Were you just allowed to choose what kind of boots you wanted to come into work with? Just asking. Relax,
You
Jenkins.
need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Investigate. Tell me about the Spectres.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
There are no human Spectres?
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're always getting dropped into impossible situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds. Just like you on Akuz.
Hey, show some respect.
50 Marines died there, Jenkins.
Sorry, Commander. I didn't mean to offend you. I respect what you did there. We all do.
Let's not dwell on the past, Commander. Was there something else you needed?
Spectres sound
How do you
dangerous.
control agents with unlimited power?
I suppose the Council could revoke the Spectre status of an agent who got out of hand. At that point, Citadel Security Services would take over.
Those C-Sec grunts wouldn't stand a chance. The Spectres were 20 ordinary soldiers. The Spectres police themselves. An agent goes rogue, they send another agent to take him down. That's Spectre justice.
The Corporal's confusing romantic legends with reality, Commander.
Say, Doc, do you have an extra pair of thigh highs? Asking for me. Tell me about Nihilus.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I heard Nihilus once took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself. Man, I can't believe I'm on a mission with an actual Spectre.
Tell me about Eden Prime.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
What are those, leather? Latex? Why are we going there?
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
Look, I apologize going forward. This is probably going to be the horniest series on the channel, just in general. Like, even more horny than Metro, and Metro shows titty, so, like, I don't know. Look, it's just another mission.
Do your job, follow my orders, and there won't be any problems.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on Akuz.
Oh.
Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
Oh, Jenkins, you need to not bring up Akuz. It won't end well for you. Don't play the hero.
This mission isn't about personal glory, Corporal. We have a job to do. Don't do anything stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'm not gonna screw this up.
Yeah, I know you think you aren't. Goodbye.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
So, do all Alliance ship... I should go. What? No! Holster that! Alright, I'm gonna drop a save. Yes! Save the game! And then we're going to look at the Codex. Personal history summary. Yep. Yes. Okay. We'll have to look at the Codex slightly later. Okay, so obviously we have equipment here. You will note that this is mentioned as a Mark I version. Hain Kadar is the manufacturer. Hain Kadar, Kessler, Hain Kadar, right, Hain Kadar. The grenade launcher basically just sends out little pucks of grenade.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
Talk? Talk about what?
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to. Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
I wouldn't know.
I've never been there.
But you know of it. It's become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
Why are you asking? Why are you asking?
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
Oh, butt shot.
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
Yeah, that much is obvious, bud.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
Why the secrecy?
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir?
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
Prothean?
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
It could, yes. Why did we tell the Council?
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
I should have known.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
You put my name forward?
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
You support this, Captain?
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
Alright. What can you tell me about the Eden Prime?
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world. but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
What can you tell me about the beacon?
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Wrong hands?
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Terminus systems?
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
Yeah, what can you tell me about the Protheans?
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
Alright, well, I'm ready to go.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
I'm sure that's normal. I mean, that's supposed to be there.
No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Okay. Well?
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Several butt shots.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Oh, butt shot.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
Understood.
Ready and able, sir.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Oh, butt shot. Ugh.
Perimeter secure, Commander.
Alrighty. Let's go see these little fellows.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
I'm sure that falling ash is normal.
What the hell are those?
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless.
Now, remind me again which one it is. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is options, controls. What are the key bindings? Oh no, what are the key bindings? Why is Sprint E? Who thought that one was acceptable? Yep, we'll take all. There we go. We have little gas bags here. We've got the holster weapon. Is this the options? I should have set up the key bindings before I did this. Where is the Oh, no. Okay. All right, I have. Excellent.
Oh God, what happened here?
Smells like smoke and death.
Oh God, what happened here?
Well, I can hazard a guess, which is nothing good. I'm gonna drop a save. I've decided. And you're gonna see that I save actually quite frequently in this game. Oh, Jenkins! Oh no! Oh, you brought up a Coos and then you died. What a travesty. I'm sorry.
Ripped right through his shields. We're out of chance.
He deserves a burial.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Oh, butt shot.
Aye, man.
I'm gonna point those out every time they happen. Ah, Metagel, you say? Some sort of healing thing. Did you just kill a gas bag? Oh.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies.
Yeah?
I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
So you may be noticing that I am in cover now. I didn't have to press a button, I just sort of
take cover.
Walked into cover. That is generally how this game works. Now, it's not how later games in the series work, but it is how this game works. A medical kit with some Metagel, which is our healing paste thingy, right? Basically it's our med kit, right? You know, it's our stim packs, it's our weird, like, super healing syringe thing, you know, it's a gel. Oh! You think he's gonna be alright? Wait. Somehow I doubt it.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was gonna make it.
That is Kimberly Brooks, who voices a number of characters. She alongside one of the members of the Goo Goo Dolls, I believe, and Jennifer Hale make up the Hex Girls for Scooby-Doo. She is the main character in Below Zero for Subnautica. She is Zuko Wrath in Destiny. You'll find that a lot of actors are in Destiny. Hello there, Ashley.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, ma'am?
Are you okay?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Are you fully out of breath? Do you maybe need a second to, like, catch your breath? We can sit here and defend you if you need. You need to catch your breath for a moment.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
You abandoned them. No. Don't blame yourself.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, ma'am. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Join us.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, ma'am. It's time for payback.
Tell me about the Geth.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Curious. What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Just a little hint of her personality there. Beacons? Yeah, actually, what happened before the attack?
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. It seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
And the scientists?
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
And the beacon?
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
And the scientists?
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Yeah, let's go.
Move out!
So you may have noticed that, escape. You may have noticed here that my weapon doesn't appear to have any kind of ammunition. This is one of the somewhat more divisive features of this game.
At the far end of this trench.
Which is that all weapons in this game function on a heat-based system. So, for instance, if I swap over to this, right, you can see it heats up pretty rapidly. And then once it's heated up, right? I can't fire. I'm mashing the button. See? There you go. So all weapons in this game function on a heat-based system, which means that you don't have to worry about ammunition conservation, which means that I can do this and there's basically no consequences. Aside from the little ding 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 ding, you need to actually kind of, you know... Okay. Yep. Now you have got troopers. Some more troopers. These are kind of the meat and potatoes of the This is typically what we're fighting. And you'll note, they look kind of like people. Actually, they look a lot like people. So you'll see that I have a slightly whack melee system here. That is because I have a 4-button trackball that I play on, because I'm some sort of weird, sick pervert.
This is the dig site.
Oh, butt shot.
The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
Any survivors?
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Alrighty.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Okay, well, we are going to drop a hard save here, because I have not done one of those in a hot minute. And I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. Lovely.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
Yeah, looks like they kind of incinerated the camp.
Keep your guard up.
It's like they torched the place. Oh!
Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Sir? Sir? Sir, I'm gonna... Sir! 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 Sir? 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 Sir, please. Sir? I'm gonna, oh gosh, sir, I'm gonna need you to not, no, thank you, no. Sir, you can voice your feelings in different ways. Actually, I'm gonna stand right on top of this. You'll see that says level 3 hazard. When I remove myself from it, so if I were to stay in there, it would cause me some health issues. When I remove myself from it, it doesn't.
It's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Might be someone inside. Kind of like in Starfield, there are environmental hazards, typically planet-wide hazards, cold, heat, that sort of thing. Sometimes there's things like corrosive or acid or something, right? Or like radiation, I think, is another one. But yes, they will cause significant amounts of damage here. Let's go into squad here. Let's hit continue here. let's pull up Kaidan Alenko, and let's give him 1 rank in barrier. And then I would like to actually please kindly give me Kaidan back. Oh, excuse me. Marvelous. Sorry about that. You'll see that I've given him quite a bit in decryption and electronics here. Now, I am also going to give him a point in first aid here, just so he has the skill. So, if I hit this, right, you can now see that he has sabotage, overload, barrier. He's got 4 separate skills here. If I go into this, right, you can see I've got warp and throw as my 2 main skills. So we are going to go into squad. Now, what I want is barrier. That's what I need. I'm going to take electronics. And I'm actually going to start working on charm, because I find charm to be a particularly fun one. And I'm going to... Yeah, I would love tactical armor, I think. Let's go ahead and unlock barrier, though, because I feel like that's a particularly useful skill to have. Okay, and we'll take a point in Intimidate. And you can see that each time we fill a bar here, I believe, we get a little bit more access to either Charm, Paragon, or Intimidate, Renegade. So now, if I go in here, you'll see that I have significantly more options. So if I go into her here, I can open up Adrenaline Burst, which is a very useful skill. Immediately resets the cooldown times on all of her talents so that she can use them. For right now, I'm going to give her a combination of Marksman, Overkill, and Shield Boost. Lovely. Because Shield Boost is actually particularly handy in this game. So, we have our prologue here. You were in charge of the ground team, dropped onto Eden Prime, an Alliance colony under attack. Your primary goal is to find and secure the Prothean Beacon. Assignments, no assignments. Kaidan, can you do easy decryption? Right, yes. So, this was... There we go. See? We can just batter our way through. This is a QuickTime event on Xbox. Where you have to input certain buttons. We are going to drop another save here, because I want to be in the habit of saving a lot.
Humans, thank the Maker. Hurry, close the door before they come back.
They can't save you. Anyway, you're safe. This is we don't know if they're safe. We know they're not in any immediate danger, but we don't know if they're safe. You're safe.
Don't worry. We'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
Tell me about the beacon.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
Tell me about the attack.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the Destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Have you seen a Turian?
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry. Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Okay, but he's seen a Turian, right? We should definitely follow up on this. I feel like we should follow up on this. Hey, what's up with your assistant, anyway?
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope?
Buckshot.
No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
I can shut him up.
Say goodnight, Manuel.
You cannot silence the truth. My voice must be heard.
Oh my God! What did you do?
That might have been a little extreme, Commander.
It might have been,
you
yeah.
Can't just go around whacking people in the head.
Actually, I can. You see, I'm the protagonist of the game, so I can do whatever I want. Which is usually not whacking people in the head. Sometimes, but not always. He's better off.
It was only a matter of time till he did something crazy and dangerous.
I suppose you're right. By the time he wakes up, the meds will have kicked in.
Yeah, you may want to get him some pain meds. Sorry about that. Bye.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
Good luck, Commander.
I should go. I've assaulted a man. I've assaulted a man with no probable cause or reason. I'm a monster.
Saren. Nihilus. This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
I don't think. I'm.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
Oh, that is fantastically large. Buckshot. Sorry. Like I said, this game is gonna be unusually horny. appear to be being shot at. No, sir. Sir, you can't just reanimate. Sir, you can't just EMP people who you disagree with. Sir! Sir, please remove yourself from the box. Am I actually able to see you? Sir? Sir, you need to remove yourself from the box. I can't see you, and if I can't see you, I can't tell you that I love you. Oh, he already knows what my love is about. Sir! Sir! Please extricate yourself from the corner! Sir! Oh, you're gonna be going on. Fantabulous. Lovely. Okay, we are going to drop a hard save here. Lovely.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
It's safe. They're gone. Stop right there. It's safe.
You're okay now. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right
Are you
before
wearing
the
a
attack.
leather skull
It was
cap?
trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for
Sorry.
the sheds.
Go ahead and tell me about the beacon.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
Go ahead and tell me about the, go ahead and tell me about the
What
ship.
else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
Was it a jamming signal?
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
Go ahead and talk to me about the attack.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Alright, well, bye.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
You should come clean.
You have something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring, nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
Like what?
What kind of packages?
I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
Is that all?
We're risking our lives to save this colony. You sure there's nothing else in here that could help us out?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but you probably deserve it more than I do.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble.
He
Besides,
may
I'm not a
know
snitch.
something, Cole.
He might have something to do with this whole attack, Cole. We need his name. It's important.
Yeah, okay, you're right. His name's Powell. Works the docks at the spaceport, if he's still alive.
Goodbye.
I have to go.
Good luck.
Oh, there's a crate here. Yes, I would like to take all of those. Yes, please. Thank you. Is there stuff in here that we can... Easy electronics. Yes, begin our manual bypass. This is sinister, game. Excellent, excellent. I can't believe you were holding out on me. I actually didn't mean to. I was trying to sprint. It's gonna be a common thing.
It's Nihilus.
He's just pining for the fjords. I'm sure he's fine. Thank you for the hammerhead rounds. Those are funny. In fact, let me go ahead and see what we have here. Hurricane does more damage, has less heat sink capacity, less accuracy. Scimitar, more heat sink capacity, more damage, less accuracy. Sure. It's got a mod slot on it, so we can give it hammerhead rounds. Hammerhead ammunition, also called squash projectiles, is designed to flatten on impact, increasing the amount of physical force transferred to the target. Not quite hollow points. In fact, let's go into the codex here. Secondary, weapons and equipment. So I will start by going through that, but weapons, armor, and equipment.
Combat hard suits use a dual-layer system to protect the wearer. The inner layer consists of fabric armor with kinetic padding. Areas that don't need to be flexible, such as the chest or shins, are reinforced with sheets of lightweight, ablative ceramic. The outer layer consists of automatically generated kinetic barriers. Objects traveling above a certain speed will trigger the barrier's reflex system and be deflected, provided there is enough energy left in the shield's power cell. Armored hard suits are sealable to protect the wearer from extremes of temperature and atmosphere. Standard equipment includes an onboard mini-frame and a communications, navigation, and sensing suite. The mini-frame is designed to accept and display data from a weapon's smart targeting system to make it easier to locate and eliminate enemies.
So, the weapons in Mass Effect are highly advanced. They use heat sinks, they do not have ammunition because they're mass drivers. Railguns, effectively. I'm gonna drop a quick save here. So basically they shave off a little chunk of them, a little chunk off a block, and that is their ammunition. Tell me about the Striker. Oh, it's a burst pistol. Lovely. That's actually fantastic. What is the Stinger? Okay, the Stinger is a... Details. Average accuracy. Details, burst fire, average accuracy, details, LCOS combines, that's a auto rifle, 3-round burst. I'll take a Banshee. I'm not in need of the absolute best of the best. You can give that to Ashley. Okay. I also actually kind of like the 3-round burst stuff in this game, which is a real rarity for me because I don't typically like 3-round bursts. Hey, I see a dead guy here.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait, don't shoot. I'm one of you. I'm human.
You need to be more careful.
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
That feels like a renegade option.
From those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
Other one? Tell me what happened.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
What about the beacon?
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform.
Butt
Probably
shot.
where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
Cole mentioned you.
You're Cole's contact here on the docks for the smuggling ring.
What? No! I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler, who cares? My supervisor's dead, the entire crew's dead. Doesn't matter now, does it?
Smuggle any weapons?
Anything hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing from the military orders.
You greedy son of a bitch. We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought you'd actually need those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
Let it go, Williams.
Forget about him. He's not worth it.
You're lucky the commander's here, pal. Hand over those grenades.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
You should make amends.
A lot of Marines died here, Powell. Those grenades could have come in handy. If I were you, I'd think of some way to make it up to them.
Yeah, okay. There is something else I was saving. Could be worth a fortune. Experimental technology, top of the line. Take it. I don't need it. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. Really, I'm sorry.
Tell me about the ship.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
Woke you up?
You were sleeping? I thought you were working here on the docks.
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
I can respect it. Lucky break for you.
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
Tell me about the beacon.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about the attack.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next. Those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
Alright, well, let's go.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Yeah, you do, buddy. You need to get somewhere safe. So the upgrade he gave us was high explosive. That's what he said could be worth a fortune. High explosive grenades are modified to maximize their blast radius and impact. Basically gives an extra bit of radius. And basically gives about half a meter radius. And a little bit more force and damage. And force is fun because in this game, ragdolling is a thing. In fact, hello, my friend. Yes. Please ragdoll, thank you. Now, you may have noticed that I'm not immediately out of powers, meaning I can use any and all of my powers. As long as they're not on cooldown. What is my key binding for medicine here? Ah, Q. Okay. Let's just go ahead and, because Kaidan's been sitting there not breathing, going, oh, my bones! And, you know, I respect the... Hey, Kaidan. Can you go ahead and kindly overload that container? There you go. So, overload is very, very, very effective against containers. That man had a rocket. That doesn't feel very fair. Okay, let me go ahead and swap to the Banshee here, just because I think it's fantastic. Can I kindly give them a throw? There we go. Back in the day, this used to mean you couldn't aim. Now, oh, I was gonna say, I don't know if I can aim with the sniper rifle. I can. That is somewhat new, actually. Now, I do really appreciate being able to use the assault rifle. Because it's quite good. However, let's go ahead and pull out our shotgun here. Oh, it's automatic. Lovely. Yes, let's go ahead and take the train.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Booty. In case you're wondering if I'm gonna be equal opportunities with this, I am. Lovely. Let's go ahead
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Disarm a charge here.
We need to find them all and shut them down.
Oh no. What a generous time limit. Sure would be a shame if I managed to get all of these pretty rapidly. Oh, I'm fatigued, the game says. I'm not allowed to sprint anymore. And my luck is going to be at disadvantage. Or, have a negative modifier to it. Wow, I am bad with this thing. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that one is going to survive. Ow! That... Whoa! Wowzers! Okay, Hey, yeah, let's pop our barrier. There we go. Barrier gives you a quite nasty shield. Go ahead and begin disarming. Like I said, a very, very generous time limit here. Okay. Up. 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 Okay, there we go. I can move. I was trying to see. I was stuck and I was worried I had run into. There's a few spots in this game, and I don't know if they've gotten rid of them. I have a hunch they have. Where your foot can just get stuck and that's it. You just gotta reload. Ooh, a Striker 1 and medium armor. That sounds bad, I would wager. Bad? Bad? Or are we going with bad? Is it bad, that noise? Oh, sir! No, you can't just EMP people you disagree with. Is there anything I can grab here? There's a technician kit I can grab here with armor plating motorized joints. We'll go over what that does, but these are fairly basic upgrades. And booty. That we can do to our character that actually kind of make a fair bit of sense for doing. I'm just gonna smash that in there. Finesse is not necessary here. I'm just gonna push it in, all right? Oh wow. A combat sensor. That's actually a very handy thing because that gets through jamming. And we like it when things get through jamming because it means that we can have access to our radar here. Our motion tracker here. Don't get particularly excited. Now, I'm just going to drop a save here. So if I investigate this, you know, I just go over, I touch it. A new hand touches the... Sorry.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
Amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Oh, butt shot.
No, don't touch. It's too.
It's too what? Sorry, the VHS recording wasn't in great condition. Okay. Alright.
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime.
That's
the Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
I did warn folks it was gonna be horny.
Doctor? Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
I like to think that
You
this
had us
is
worried
just the
there,
hairdo I had after
How are you feeling?
I got back on the ship. Like, the kind of shaved my head, not really. I'm okay, I guess. Yeah.
Minor throbbing. Nothing serious. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
And what about the beacon?
Where's the beacon now? What happened to it?
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. And the blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
Yeah, I dreamt that a foul darkness had invaded my temple on Mount Kilgrim. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was dreaming. Yeah.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction... Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh. Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
I feel bad about Jenkins.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
See, what I had planned for him was a series of increasingly goofy pratfalls, not him getting dead. I'm not a monster. What happened to Williams?
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
That's a mistake. No, good. Good.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
I'm upset about the Geth.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You wanted to talk?
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
We've got nothing to hide. I did my job, to hell with them. Yeah, we've got nothing to hide.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Hates humans? Yeah, why? We're so lovable, right? With our war-making and our genocide and our concentration camps and our... No, actually, he might... No, of course he doesn't have a point. Hates humans?
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Dreams are not admissible evidence in court, but a vision.
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
Warning, I think.
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
Once again, dreams are not admissible evidence in court. What will we say?
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
Sounds like you've got a personal vendetta, Captain. You're right, I'll stop him. Not if I can help it. We should probably do something about that.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
Then we expose him. They can't help us. Understood, sir.
We prove Saren's gone rogue and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
I have a better idea. What if I end the episode here? With a little bit of Codex reading. Because there's a lot of Codex stuff. So, let's go ahead and go through our personal history summary. Both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting. Following your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. One of your first missions was an expedition to investigate Akuz, a lush world on the outskirts of Alliance space that had suddenly dropped out of contact. Arriving on the surface, your patrol found the settlement intact, but there were no survivors. At nightfall, the Thresher Maws struck. Mindless abominations of teeth and tentacles that rose from beneath the earth. Constant gunfire couldn't drown out the shrieks of your fellow soldiers as they were dragged down to a gruesome death. 50 Marines died on Akuz. You were the only one to make it back to the landing zone alive. A monument on the planet commemorates the massacre, a grim reminder of the price humanity must pay as they spread through the stars. Light lag prevents sensing in real time at great distances. A ship firing its thrusters at the Karen relay can easily be detected from Earth 5.75 light years light hours, 6 billion kilometers away, but Earth will only see the event 5 hours and 45 minutes after it occurs. Due to the light speed limit, defenders can't see enemies coming until they have already arrived. Because there is no FTL travel and communications, but no FTL because there is FTL travel and communications, but no FTL sensors, frigates are crucial for scouting and picket duties. Passive sensors are used for long-range detection, while active sensors obtain short-range, high-quality targeting data. Passive sensors include visual, thermographic, and radio detectors that watch and listen for objects in space. A powered ship emits a great deal of energy. The heat of life support systems, the radiation given off by power plants and electrical equipment, the exhaust of thrusters. Starships stand out plainly against the near absolute zero background of space. Passive sensors can be used during FTL travel, but incoming data is significantly distorted by the effects of the Mass Effect envelope and Doppler shift. Active sensors are radars and high-resolution LiDARs. Laser detection and ranging that emits a ping of energy and listen for return signals. LiDARs have a narrower field of view than radar, but later resolution allows images of detected objects to be assembled. Active sensors are also useless when a ship is moving at FTL speeds. So, let's go ahead and
Combat hard suit. Kinetic barriers, more commonly called shields, provide protection against most mass accelerator weapons. Whether on a starship or a soldier's suit of armor, the basic principle remains the same. Kinetic barriers are repulsive mass effect fields, projected from tiny emitters. These shields safely deflect small objects traveling at rapid velocities. This affords protection from bullets and other dangerous projectiles, but still allows the user to sit down without knocking away their chair. The shielding afforded by kinetic barriers does not protect against extremes of temperature, toxins, or radiation.
Which is why it's important that we have secondary shielding in all of our armor.
The Terminus systems are located on the far side of the Attican Traverse, beyond the space administered by the Citadel Council or claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. It is populated by a loose affiliation of minor species, united only in their refusal to acknowledge the political authority of the Council or adhere to the Citadel Conventions. Their independence comes at a price. The Terminus is fraught with conflict. War among the various species is common, as governments and dictators constantly rise and fall. The region is a haven for illegal activities, particularly piracy and the slave trade. At least once a year, a fleet from the Terminus invades the nearby Attican Traverse. These attacks are typically small raids against poorly defended colonies. The Council rarely retaliates, as sending patrols into the Terminus systems could unify the disparate species against their common foe, triggering a long and costly war.
Lovely. Let's go ahead and go into Council races.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other two races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the two species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations.
And here's one of the things I actually don't like about Mass Effect, which is monoculture. Where is the variation, right? Where is the difference between various cultures? Where's the clash and difference between various cultures on the same planet, right? This is actually something that Star Trek does surprisingly well with a group that is considered to be a monoculture, which is the Vulcans, right? The Vulcans have several groups within themselves, right? If you go back to Enterprise, there's the Cyranites, who differ from the High Command in their views, right? Again, differing views and differing culture makes for a really, really fascinating setting. You don't really get that in Mass Effect, which is deeply unfortunate. So I'm going to drop a save here, and I'm going to call it a video here because I've been running for about 2 hours now. So yes, it's time for this to stop. We'll be back later with another episode, but and believe me, we will get through this game because I will bend and break this game if I have to get it done. I love this game so much. So yes, Mass Effect, the initial outing, so to speak.